Entonces ya empezó a joder. Ya empezó a joder, ya empezó a joder, ya empezó a joder. Joder, ya empezó a joder, ya empezó a joder. Ya empezó a joder, ya empezó a joder, ya empezó a joder. ¿Qué pedo? De nuevo, lo mismo que la otra vez.
El otro canal, pantalón bajito. Ah, porque no puede tomar sol. Porque eso pero.
No continuamos, ¿no? A ver.
Got something that might interest you.
Okay.
Got a selection of... What are you buying? Is that all? Thank you. Is that... Thank you. What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. Ah, thank you.
puñetazos con ustedes. No dejes. También la mata. Ya está de nuevo el directo. ¿Qué onda, Iván? Pero tú sabes.
Voy a hacer picadillo.
El otro, agarrame el pescuezo. Agarrame este, pelotudo. Mierda. Concha la lora. Tienen los huevos hinchados ya. Me por aquí el pescuezo. Tiene mamano. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda, Yana? ¿Banea la Polayo? Nah, espera. Me está esperando.
¡Un forastero!
¡Un forastero! No mames, calmate ya. Todavía. Ya parece, pero la música parece que ya se acabó. Sin palos. Y la usé. La pinche hierba. Hay dos lugares que son iguales. Se lo empezó a ver derecha a la mañana. Toda la guiada. Vamos a hacer lo que se llama zombie al horno. ¡A la verga! Casi to muero. Culeros de mierda. Porque así no la cuento. What the fuck, ¿qué pista por la yo no mames? Estás bien drogado. Butterfly, lo que enviaste no va a aparecer en el directo porque está retenido. Bueno más. Que a la Polayo a veces yo creo que está el truco mejor que esa función de incoherencia que no saliera en el directo.
¡Agárrenlo!
Mucha Polayo, voy a a la verga también. Por lo del pescadote. Hola, verga. Cabe el pescado. No cabe el pescadote. A ver, si así cabe. Si va a caer el pescado. Hoy. ¿Hoy qué? No puedo ni ponérmelo. Press button. Oh, me salió el papolayo. No mames, si es en la primera materia que la pagué. La sardinita. Vámonos que después se hace las 3 de la mañana y todavía no he terminado el juego. ¿Cuánto llevo? 8:20. Porque a ver, me salió luego, pero al revés. Ahora, la verga. Ábrete, sistema. Sale. A ver. Qué bien aquí.
Hay un rumor, hay un extranjero entre nosotros.
Nuestro jefe se cuidará de la rata. Si la plaga es mucho mejor que la nuestra.
Hola, verga. Es más frío. Sabes que estaba
You carry the
bien
same blood
batro,
as
güey.
us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become
Hola, los quité. Hola, verga, ¿qué es eso?
Leon.
Sí, quiero pasar el juego. Guardar aquí. Hola, lo agarré cagando. La mano, perro. Quieto, no te jales el ganso. Muere, perro. Muere, perro. Muere, perro. Lo agarré jalándose el ganso. Lo que se asustó. Esa granada me funciona. Pero la de cera que no sé. Un huevo normal. Lo que voy a hacer es lo siguiente. ¡Ay, no, verdad!
¡Un forastero!
Hasta ahora te das cuenta. No, ¿qué haces? What the fuck? Todavía, en los huevos. Ni ahí, madre mía. ¡Ay! ¡Su mecha! Oh, la verga, güey. ¿Cómo voy a fallar este puto tiro de spray? Recargando el meco este, güey. Cállate, Polayo, me entretuviste, no eso me mataron, güey. De nuevo. Déjala, te gano. No me mataron. Porque me entretuviste y me di tu gana, güey. ¿Sabes qué? Me voy sin piedad. A ver, escopeta. si lo vienes a buscar ahorita? ¿O qué estás esperando? ¿Que te lo lleve? Joder. Mierda, este culero allá tirando. Espérate, quieto. Espérate. Ya, se acabó. Mierda. Por fin. Bien. Ya por ahí si vienes a buscarlo ahorita. O el 2, de nuevo te lo repito. Pero no sé cuál es el proceso. La hierba que se me quedaron allá.
Oh, ya la bestia. Se la acaban de decir.
Creo que es el que está ahí arriba, por ahí arriba ahí.
Allá arriba donde vayas. Yo dije que no cambiar. Ese primero me salió, te dice que
Ya haya cambiado un poco en estos días. No entendí, güey. ¿Ya lo viste? Hola, 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 hola. Entonces tú no te comportas bien, hombre. Trata. En serio, ahora que combino toda la hierba. Vamos a hacer...
¡Un forastero!
¡A la barbacoa! ¡A la verga! No me hizo uno. Esto es... Creo, si no me recuerdo, es el cementerio. Open the door.
¡Voy a romper a pedazos!
No mames.
¡Os voy a romper a pedazos! ¡Agárrenlo!
Que nomás le echa la pata. No me tiene...
¡Ahora!
Mamá, con eso. Es en serio.
¡Detrás de ti, pez! ¡Basta, hijo de puta! ¡Voy a matar!
¡Puedes correr! ¡Pero no puedes!
Puedes correr, pero no te puedes. Hubiera comido ese pescado. A la verga. Puta loco. Pero no te llevaste tres, hay uno que era pequeño por ahí. No mames, llevándote todos los... Mierda. Metro. Ah. Hay uno que era pequeño. Era uno de determinado padrón que era. Que es para eso. Es el que yo siempre uso.
Got something that might interest you.
Otra vez, guapo.
Got a selection. What are you buying? Is that all?
Ya vender ese pescado.
What are you selling? Is that all? Thank. What are you buying? Is that? Is that?
Hola. Ese cofre.
¡Ahí está!
Dale, nene.
dos cosas así.
¡Allí está!
¡Qué culero! ¡No mames! ¡Pásate verga, güey! Culito que la voy a dar. Vas a explotar tú con esa vaina. Culero, güey. ¿Qué pa' qué te tiempo?
¡Ahí está!
Qué buena gente esa. ¡Ay! Nah, boa. Mames, ya valiste. Ya valiste por ahí, ya valiste. What? Es en serio, yo no tengo ni bala. A ver. Vamos a recoger dinero. Y el regreso no quiero nada. Ya me tocaba poder traer. Estaba cagado. Ya ves cómo la idea tiene que jugar. Por estoy intentando. Ah, por ahí, si dices cosas puto o algo así, te va a bloquear de una vez el mensaje y no va a poder aparecer.
Got some rare. What are you buying?
Disconnection.
Is that all? Thank you. What are you selling? Ah, thank you. Is that all? Thank you. Ah, I'll buy it at a high price. What are you buying? What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you buying? Is that all, stranger? Thank you. What are you buying? Is that... Thank you. Is... Thank you. Thank you. Not enough cash, stranger. Thank you.
Un receso.
Coming down from the rift, he just got Impulse into the storm. Bebop! Oh, Impulse is back into the storm, but Impulse is too far. He's gonna go down.
He's using his impulses like a boss right here. Well played. So now, Nebraska. Because he does get chunked down.
What?
Trying to see if he can find a weak opportunity. Hesitation. Nice job for Nebraska's TV right there, securing an W right there.
So
good job.
If you're trying to look him up, it's Nabascus.
Nabascus, I'm
Not
so
Nebraska.
sorry. I'm in it right now. I'm
I
so
just want
in
to make
it.
sure he gets the attention and love he deserves for
Shout
pulling
out
off
to
that win.
Nabascus.
Shout out to Nabascus. We've got one more game for you guys. 4 West, we've got Hug, we've got Man, we've got Vaporize, we got Ricky, we got Master, we got No Stretch Shoddy. Lots posted up on what looks like a Polar Peak finish. What do you think about this?
This is one of the weirdest places to do the end games. There's a couple places in the polar region that, quite honestly, you know, you don't ever want to end, especially in a competitive game, because these mountains are so treacherous to climb up. It is very scary coming up or down these mountains for that matter, because there's some layers that are just really hard to descend from. So it's all about mobility here. And depending on which way this goes, this is really going to shape out and make or break some players' games.
Yeah, lots of players posted up at different layers of here. Like you were talking about, hard places to descend. Here we are looking at one of those walls where you just have to waterfall if you want to get down. It'll be interesting to see where the mini map shows the next zone. Will they have to go north over the peak? Oh, looks like they're going to be okay still, remaining on the peak, going for that play. Lynx wearing the Lynx skin, coming out and taking out a Lynx.
Lynx did not want to let that battle go. So Lynx was actually hunting down Xcal. Xcal pulled off the rift, and that's how he got in that situation. So that was pure aggro. Those are one of those guys that will chase you down all the way across the map. He doesn't care. That's his point to make right there, and he made sure he got it this time around.
I think it was his skin to wear there once.
And it's also his skin to wear. It is also his skin to wear, because he's the real Lynx in this situation.
Yeah, awesome job, awesome play onto him. He thought he was safe in the zone, but instead had him push in. Now we're coming in on Go Gamer. No eliminations yet, but does have those stick grenades. We have not seen a lot of sticky grenades today. Definitely a lot more dynamite and RPGs, but does have that in his inventory. Also access to the redeploy. We've been seeing a few of that a little bit today as well.
Clingers are a bit ineffective in comparison to stinkers. That's why you'll see him make him to the MGs a little more often. And Dynamite just has such a great radius. It's almost just as good for the most part. But here we go. Go Gamer. Looks like he is lost on the side of this mountain here as he's just hanging out. There's not much going around him, but this is what happens when you play with these super elevated, these crazy elevations that is Polar Peak.
Yep, now all these players are going to have to make a push northwest. I'm surprised that they didn't go to make a change into the zone prior. They are going to have to be scaling down this cliff a little bit. Chico Guns on that mid-ground. Gamer getting back in his baller, which I guess he was protecting that whole time. Vaporize off, going to use the zip line. Exotic using the zip line, and we're following High Lynx now. We saw him earlier taking out the other Lynx skin. Now having a bit of an engagement, a clean pump shotgun onto him.
Yeah, it actually works out, taking his time to move out from the top of the mountain, because everyone quickly jumped on the opportunity to take a launch pad. Instead, Lynx stuck around for a little bit to pick up some elims on unsuspecting players. Now with the RPG, that's going to drop that player. Now Lynx is still going for it. Big RPG, big pump follow-up. Dabble's just going to get hit just a little there. Double's still in it, though. He is okay. Lynx is not giving up his aggression, though.
Tendo making a play for his high ground. So is Double. He is going to try and reclaim that right now, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. We got Playboy down here. Hugzu, no eliminations. Oh, gets Pokey bumped out of his baller. And then rifted.
He's still dancing.
All right, this is a little chaotic here in these last games. 17 remaining zone 7. Looks like the Polar Peak was able to lose a lot of opponents.
Yeah, it's actually worked out in their favor, though. It's not going too high back up this mountain. It's actually just playing around this
Hug's favor.
Yeah, this area here. So Hugzu now finds a little real estate here in the zone. Can he put some pressure down to get some points?
Oh, he's not quite in the zone yet, Monster. He's got a little ways to go, but he is safe for the moment. Looking to take shots on his opponents, rotating in right now. Ooh, ability for a clean shot there.
He's going to steal that one.
In the zone.
Is he going to go for that second elimination? So he gives up the position on the mountain for an elim. That's a very sketchy play right now. Let's see how this is going to fall into his...
Did he notice the Boogie Bomb player behind him? Yes, he did. They're fighting on the other side.
There's so much going on here. He gets another one. Dusty Boat. It looks like it was all worth it.
Their walls.
That's why you got to be careful on those. Error.
I can't trust anyone.
Have to find her before she finds us.
Do you know how dangerous she is?
No more secrets.
Why do they want me?
Back through these.
Different versions of us exist in other worlds.
There's got to be a way to destroy this machine.
Says rack this out for the rest of the game with the boom bow here and the slurp effect going down. He can totally steal this game. This is his game to steal. All he has to do is keep the pressure down. He should probably use the AR first. Get down in there. If he doesn't crack it open, he's gonna miss out on big opportunity here.
Yeah, every elimination counts, as we saw earlier, for that top 2 spot for NA West right now. Using the boom bow, trying to get the little tags between the cracks here, but no one's giving him that opportunity.
All right, so here it is. He's still charging up that bow. He's looking for that precise shot to squeeze it on through. Remember, you do not need to catch a direct impact. All you have to do is catch nearby. It does have explode damage. Master Zoran cannot touch the zone. He's got to make a big play on Lewis is Pretty sometime soon. He's sitting right above. Will he get hit by the bow here? He's exposed. Stretch, this is your time. You missed your opportunity. Now it's up to the zone.
Doesn't get it.
Stretch still wins the game. Holds out. He does have the campfire. Wow. Misses a couple Elans, but it's all good. Take the L. Yeah, you do that.
Sure.
You do that, my friend. You won that game right there. But with that, that's going to conclude those final moments. Shotty left a couple points on the board. Balla, take it over.
Taking the L. Hopefully he's taking this qualification spot because we only have half an hour left. The queues are closed now, guys. There's no more games going to start after this point. This is the last ones going in. If you did hit that queue button before it, we're going to be able to take a look at those games. But for now, we're going to take a quick look at some of those last games that we saw. Sundown, how were they?
Yes, indeed. We are going to take a look at some of those last games and some of the players to keep an eye on. So first, we're going to jump on board with Bolt Johnny. He was the NA West Blackheart Cup solo winner. So one of those players, we talked about the cross-section of those guys being able to push through and utilizing this high ground there, picking up an Elim early, picking another one up there, and then just maintaining the advantage. You can see how he's able to walk this out, seeing he has the high ground the entire time, knows he has extra shields, knows the player has to challenge, puts the campfire down, and then also double covers it so he has the extra ticking going through. It will save him one extra tick over the time, and as the other two players go to challenge, Wheels goes down. Johnny taking the victory out right there. So now we're going to jump on board with I'll Chase or Ill Chase, whichever one it is. Please let us know. X13 in there as well, using the Chug Jug. We talked about how it can be so risky towards this late game circles, but if it goes off ball, it gives you a big advantage.
Yeah, I can't believe he's going to get this off. This is crazy. He's going to max out both on shield and health. It's okay to take a little bit of storm ticks here.
Yeah, takes a couple storm ticks, and now this gets him back into the fray. So notice here, he is only sitting on the 4 Elims, but as he gets rolling, he's going to be able to convert it into more. Gets the position in the storm, picks up a great edit play there, then also goes back, tops back up on Matt. So now sitting on the 6 Elim, drops in, or 5th, drops in, picks up Harrians right away, and he's not done yet either. Continuing to challenge through on other players, picks up number 8 here, but unfortunately Zen was able to put down one of those poison traps at the end, so able to challenge in. This is what the standings look like with still a couple games going in, so it can get shaken up in there as well. Not complete yet. As we said, the queues are closed, but there is still 30 minutes remaining. So while this is a good recognition, a good spot to look at, you see Snow and Andrew still challenging up there, Riverson, Edgy, Epic Whale, Iexi, Vent, any of those players with a clutch victory out and some more eliminations could challenge towards the end. So, I mean, it's so close, Balla.
It's time to clutch up. That's all I have to say. If you're any one of those players outside, or in the top 5 right now, it's time to clutch up.
I mean, to be fair, though, we saw in both Oceania and in Brazil where there was only one spot on the line. It came down to quite literally the last game for Sleia and then for who came out of Brazil as well? Laleo. Apologies, yep. Right there. The very last game. And also, there's a great clip of him and his family celebrating afterward. You can go check that out. But we're going to go to a short little break before we get back in, get the rest of the NA West matches, and then crown our last 2 qualifiers.
And the classic Sundown T-pose.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Sundown here, and today we're going to answer the question, what is meta? Everyone is always talking about the term meta, but what does it actually mean, and what does meta look like in Fortnite? Meta is actually an acronym for the term most effective tactic available. But what does this mean in practice? Meta, at its core, is utilizing the tools and strategies that make it easiest for the player to succeed. Utilizing meta minimizes the burden on the player to feel like they need to make ridiculous plays and allows them to maximize their efficiency. So what has the meta been in Fortnite, and how have we gotten here? A lot of the initial innovation started around building, with credits to Myth starting off the trends of 1x1s and building up for high ground advantage. From there, the building aspect really took off, and we saw so many great leaps in player tech and innovation. From Symphony and Mr. Savage's incredible edit plays to the advent of coning other players in order to get an advantage, we've seen the meta around building shift dramatically from the beginning. However, building isn't the only place where tactics are ever evolving. We've heard of the spray meta, which was dominated by high rate of fire weapons to create pressure. We've also seen the wall buster or thwifo meta, where players utilize heavy sniper, double barrel, and hand cannons to violate the previous safety of their opponent's 1x1s. And we've seen tons of additions to mobility, allowing players to constantly come up with new and innovative ways to rotate around the map. With players finally getting their sea legs under them in Season 8, we've seen huge developments in the meta. With the addition of ballers, geysers, cannons, and the volcano, there's a ton of new strategies developing that players are taking advantage of. And let's not forget the flint knock, that is just now starting to be utilized in very cool ways to gain an advantage.
We see Steen's able to utilize this flintlock to get up in mobility, and he gets the high ground behind him.
We're excited to see what else Season 8 will bring, and who will finally crack the code to find the most treasured meta.
Jump on and drop in. It's time to kick off the Fortnite World Cup competition. From April 13th to June 16th, we'll be running Fortnite World Cup Online Opens, where you can qualify to compete for your chance at a piece of the $30 million prize pool. But how will these work, you ask? Each week will alternate back and forth between solos and duos competition, with players qualifying from each server region in Oceania, Asia, Europe, Brazil, NA East, and NA West. To find specifics for your server region, go to Fortnite.com/World Cup. To play in the online opens, you'll need to compete in the new Arena mode, an always-on form of competition where players can rank up tiers and leagues. It all starts in the Open League, and when players earn 125 points, they'll advance into Contenders League. After that, you'll need to build your way up to 300 points to unlock Champion League, where the Saturday Online Open players will be chosen. Then, we'll take the top 3,000 solo players or 1,500 duos from that Saturday's semifinals and advance them to the Sunday finals. Each Sunday, 20 players will rise to the top and qualify to join us in New York for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Buckle up, because we're officially on the road to the Fortnite World Cup Finals.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam. Your favorite line. We are here with the North American West wrap up. We're at the tail end here. The queues are done. We're doing the World Cup qualifiers, guys. It's been a crazy one. I'm Monster D-Face. We have Sundown and Baller here who's going to walk you guys through all the craziness that is to come. There are just a few games, that are on the horizon here. This is it. Final moments.
This is it indeed, the final moments. Last 2 players to qualify through. We've already seen 17 players book their ticket to the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City on July 26th to the 28th. But first, real quick, I'm joined with Ball and want to make a quick correction. We said before previously on the cast that $75,000 was that minimum price at the World Cup. For qualifying into it, you get $50,000. Just wanted to straighten that out a little bit. Still not a small chunk of change, but we're going to dive right on into it. As we said, the matches are getting in there. The queue times are done. This is the very end. The players need to clutch up here. It's clutch time if you want one of those top 2 spots or want to try and bump into that $1 million prize. We'll get your little share of it. Get a couple $100 for your effort on the day, as we have Bro Corey, Alpha Male Rez, Jay Gwinch, Vaccent all on our screen. 37 players remaining in Circle 5, Paula.
And this is the home stretch, and Brokery already putting the pressure on. This might be his box. No, that's his opponent's wall, and he's gonna pick his pickaxe out real quick. That player's gonna place the stairs. He's gonna go back right up. Oh, is he maybe going through the cone?
He knows that player is there, does have the 3, and is not the one to actually convert on that. Waits for the other player to push through the box and gets the secondary conversion as he goes to Loot Goblin.
This is why you need to make sure that you pay attention and figure out what the play is instead of jumping into the loot, because that entire box was not that player. So Brokery takes advantage of that.
Yeah, you can't afford to be impatient in these circumstances. Again, if you guys are just joining us, welcome. It's been a crazy weekend of Fortnite action. The first online open qualifier for the Fortnite World Cup. We are on the road. We've qualified 17 players. This is the top 3,000, the best of the best from NA West, all vying for 2 spots to be in that World Cup final on the stage in New York. I mean, it's nuts. The competition is there. As you see, Prancy, who clutched up huge earlier today, picking up the elim on dexterity.
Yeah, I'm looking Dordan in this lobby as well. So many different players that are trying to get those 2 spots. You said it. 2 spots remaining for today. And there's still so many more too. Sundown is not even, this is just the first weekend. Brokery is gonna get another edit down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If you are interested in how many players qualified per region, Oceania, Asia, and Brazil all had 1. Europe qualified through 8. NA East had 6, and now we're on NA West with 2.
I can't believe he actually, through all that, he had the baller as well. And I said it before, he needs to go for those eliminations, which is what he did, and then found the baller as well.
The amount of utility he has in his kit right now, between the baller, the launch pads, the campfires, and the 5 boogie bombs, if he wants to make him go disco, he can. Not able to find the conversion though, and the utility doesn't matter if you don't get to use it. Great disengage there to hop in the baller and get out of dodge.
You gotta take those risks though. It didn't pay off there, but you got to take those risks to get those points. Cease just tweeted, every single point matters in these. Every single one.
I mean, even less than a point. We saw the last qualifying spot in Europe came down 3 players tied up, the 2 victory rounds being the difference for Train H, DRG, as I sit in Ballers. Hasn't been sitting in Ballers anytime we've watched him. This is false advertising. You have been slaying out. 3 eliminations, 22 players left, so getting at least 6 points here. Top 25, that first threshold for 3 points. Top 15 gets you 2. Top 5 gets you 2, and the victory round gets you 3. 21 players left, Balla.
I just have to say, this building is so clean. He's going to try to place a trap. Not going to have one of those. But just like, ooh, he continues to get knocked down. This is so precarious. So he's going to manage to find some time to take this big pot. No, not enough.
Great disengage, moving up a square and away from that player, and now moving through the old builds. Only has 48 builds, mostly metal left. Now trying to find players with the rotation. Uses the heavy snipe and finds Jay Gwinch on the tarp underneath, listening around for that, using that audio, finding the cues, checking the backside of the circle, waiting for those players to come through as he lands another shot on the backside and is able to clean that one up.
No le salió
rotating on the backside of the storm, picking up elim after elim and pushing himself into the top 15.
And another shot as he continues this rain right on low ground, but watch how he builds. Every time he gets to a different layer, it's a perfect box up. He's covered.
Cállate ya. Cállate ya que me tienes A ver. Ahora. No aparece. Para aquí. Tira de ventana. Eliminar. ¿Estás seguro que deseas eliminar? Sí. Dispositivo. Configurar. Activar. Aceptar. Y bueno, seguimos con nuestra aventura. Porque lo salí y ahora teníamos que hacer un mandado. Pues lo pero vámonos. La parte más culera. Hola. Me olvidó quitarlo. Vamos a ver si puedo hacerlo esto. Este directo. Si no. Uy, lo vergo, otra vez. Tengo que fijarme cuáles son los esos botones. Hola. Guapo. Hola. Adiós.
Allí es.